Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later. I'll pay you good. Don't lose it. No time to talk. Snitch or double-cross me and I'll kill you. I mean it.
Did you see someone run past just now? Great. Thanks. The bastard stole from me. I'll catch him, though. You won't leave Skyrim alive!
I cannot best you.
Hi.
The sooner you find the trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing, Papas isn't too friendly with strangers. But you seem alright. My father is Alvor, the blacksmith. I'm the sister. Someday, I'm going to forge my own sword. Papa says I'm not ready for weapons, so I make lots of horseshoes and hobnails. Mama doesn't think I'm girlish enough, but that's just stupid girl talk.
Whatever you need. Buy you smear if it's simple and strong. I can forge it.
Papa may have wanted a son, but he got me. He's a lucky man.
You're that visitor been poking around. I'm the innkeeper. It's my business to keep track of strangers. We don't get a lot of travelers here in Riverwood.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
The war keeps most folks away. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Good day, friend. Keeping well? I suppose Master Neloth won't mind. He's always telling me to get out of his way.
Show them. The sooner you find the... Take a look. All right, then.
Mara bless you for agreeing to help us.
If you know any cruel sons of guys, tell them to head to... No. Over storm road once. Do something. Talos guide you.
Still here. What do you want me to carry? Lead on.
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in Jorvaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
I'm right behind you.
Blood on the wind today. Kodlak says not to worry about it. I worry that a bunch of snowberries are out there earning glory while we stay out of it. But I will follow the old man's lead, as ever. My mother was a companion, and her mother, and all the women in my family back to Harati Blackblade. I stayed with my father in the woods until I was old enough for my trial. We hunted everything there was to hunt. Good training. Ma didn't live long enough to see me join, but I fight to honor her and all my shield sisters through time. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companion? An order, and we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
Fight with us and you'll have stories
Until
to
next
tell.
time.
Come up to your Vasker, if you're worth anything and... Need something? Are you kidding? I've wanted to be with them since I was a little girl. Haven't you heard the stories of Kodlak and Skjor fighting off the 101 orc berserkers? Skjor says it was more like 40, but he's just being modest. Where else would I want to be but here? Learning from them, fighting at their sides. Only the most famous warrior band in all of Skyrim. Have you been living with the Horkers? When we arrive, blood is spilled and our blades sing to the glories of Ysgramor. This is life, brother. The struggle is what reminds us to draw breath. The Circle are the ones who parcel out the jobs. That's Ayla, Skjor, and... Kodlak advises them, but he doesn't really give orders.
Blood on the wind today.
I own the Pelagia farm just outside the city walls. Nimriel takes good care of things for me. You should buy some produce from a lot of stuff.
You look strong. Too confusing for me. Empire, Nords, Talos, who cares? Just tell me who needs bludgeoning. Vilkas and I have been here since we were little whelps. Our father Jurgen raised us here. Even Vigner couldn't remember companions younger than us. The companions are my family. We fight so that other people don't have to. We bring honor and glory to ourselves and each other. Kodlak is the one who figures out who can be a companion, so talk to him. It's out of my hands. Until next time.
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you. They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size up. I own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Greymane or Battleborn? Then you're either a Stormcloak sympathizer or a fool. Either way, you're no friend of mine. Long live the Empire. I should bash your face in after all you've done. Damn those Greymanes to oblivion. They want to back the storm. Close. They'll get what's coming to them.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. Aye, that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgruf the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but... Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him. Thanks. Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary. Looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage? Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. Have you met my father? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Take my leave, then.
Brigands I can handle, but this talk of dragons? World's gone mad, I say.
Well met, kinsman. What brings you to Whiterun? Ah, so it's gold you're after, then. You need only ask about it. Plenty of folk in Whiterun with too much fat and gold to be bothered doing anything for themselves.
What brings you to the market?
I'm here to buy food.
Aye, that I do. Half all my life. We Battleborns have been here since the beginning, along with the Greymaids. Our family's been close as kin for generations, but Ulfric Stormcloak's uprising has divided us. Now, seems we can scarce look at each other without coming to blows. Petty and foolish, that. They are saying dragons have returned to Skyrim. Now that's a real problem. Ah, the most important question of all, that one. You'll want the bannered mare. See old Hulda? She'll keep you swimming in mead. But mind the bard, Mikael. Poncy little milk drinker, that one. Ah, man gives bards a bad name. We Nords have a long history as warrior poets. I am proud to count myself among them. But Mikael, he sings only for gold and the affections of wenches. He dishonors our traditions. May your sword be sharp, and your tongue sharper.
Life's hard enough with all these men propositioning me. But that bard is the worst. You've got no idea. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind. Right now, all that matters is my daughter Mila. No man's going to get between me and my little girl. That bard Mikael is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the bannered mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh! If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. remember, fresh fruit and vegetables every day.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda. Before my ma and Da passed, I told them that one day, I'd become the best trader in Skyrim. I met one of the caravan leaders, Madran. He said he'd help me get started if I could bring him a mammoth's tusk. Easier said than done.
We're getting them from my farm.
You do that? If you find one, I could teach you a thing or two about trading. Help you get a fair bargain in the future? About the same as everyone else? They're the catfolk of Elsewhere. Great warriors, good traders. Way I hear it, Elsewhere ain't nothing like Skyrim. It's got tropical forests and dusty badlands. It sounds awful. Yeah, these Khajiit make a living traveling the roads and selling their wares. It's got to be tough. Skyrim's a hard enough land when you've got a roof over your head. Worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Nobody trusts them. Reputation mostly. A lot of Khajiit turn to smuggling and thievery to get by. A few bad apples spoil the bunch. You know how it is. Farewell.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you do.
Finest cuts, fresh trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
I've got a recipe for venison.
Good hunting.
Will you have venison anytime soon?
Bits and baubles for sale, all crafted by the best I can tell you, my husband Eorland tends the Skyforge up at your Lasker. The Companion's Mead Hall. Oh, there's no finer smith in the Nine Holds. You should ask him about his work. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up dung sniff. Don't even get me started on that lot. Huh, they put on airs like there's something special. Oh, sure, you've got money, but they ain't got a shred of honor between them. Grey Mane. Huh, now that's a name fills you with pride. We've got roots in Whiterun. We've got history. You take care of yourself now.
The Imperial machine enforces the will of the Dalmor against own people. So rise up. Rise up. What would you have me do then? Nothing?
My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we need...
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
Who's this then?
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
By Ysmir, Irileth was right.
What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger.
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, Send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. I'll introduce you to Farengar. He can be a
I
bit
serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward.
mages.
From Adrian?
You know.
Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. I'll present it to Balgruuf when his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there. Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources. I'm not surprised you've never heard of it. Even I used to think it was just a myth. But not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come down to us. Far back in the Mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim. Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point, the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlords. Oh no, many were killed, of course, but many survived into historical times. Why, this very palace was built by one of Balgruuf's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragon's Reach. I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense. Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. Sadly, no. My work affords me few opportunities for such an adventure. Perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragon's Reach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be. I'll put it simply, so you'll understand. I advise the Jarl in matters of magic. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon to explain things and suggest a course of action. Hopefully that answer will satisfy you. Good day.
This is a priority now. Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons, we need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruf. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
Staying out of trouble, kinsman. Helgen. Destroyed by a dragon. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Ah, you were once man. I'm as man who said, let me soon.
Stormcloaks, Imperials, dragons, even nice people.
Just proud. The gods be kind, someone will take mercy on me.
What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of a
If they do,
strong Lord woman?
promise
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds. If it's work you need, say, I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to retire. Have you seen that shrine of Asura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see. I assume you saw the Gildergreen? Big tree. It's part of the Temple of Kinnereth. People want Danica to do something about it, but I don't know what they expect. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
You want a
anything
drink?
else? Just let me know.
Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both.
Yes, Mum. I'll show you to your room, right this way.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Let me know if there's anything else you... If it's work you need, how about chopping up some wood? People say there is someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe the companions in Jorvasker? They're recruiting new members from what I hear. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Need anything else? Just let me...
What can I do for you?
This is an ode to Skyrim's staunch protectors, the Imperials. We drink to
The
our...
security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is. The guards in this city are all lazy and undisciplined. Things need to change.
We'll drive out the storm. Cloaks and restore what we own. With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home.
If it's work you're looking
Down with... If it's a lady you're looking for, you best look elsewhere. Once Mikhail gets them. There's a whole college up in Solitude where they teach the arts. Song, lute playing, poetry. I studied there myself. Had to leave over a misunderstanding with a headmistress. Well, more a misunderstanding with her husband. I'm a bard, trained at the Bard's College in Solitude. Wanderers like you should think about applying. Carlotta put you up to this, didn't she? I'm sorry, but that fiery widow is mine. She just doesn't know it yet. What did you just say? All I heard was a sound of jealousy. I don't have to take that from you. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
Get here!
That the best you can do. I'm glad I saved you myself.
Get him!
You know how to throw a punch, I'll give you that. You win. On my honor, Carlotta won't have to worry about me ever again. I'm a bard by trade. Sure. What can I do for you? Only true Imperials request that one. We drink to our youth, today's come and gone. For the age of aggression is just about done. We'll drive out the storm cloaks and restore what we own. With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home. Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings. On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll... Skyrim, and we
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Every one of us dies.
If it's work you need, how about chopping up some wood for the fires?
This land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that
Think you can
has
go
sullied
blade to blade with me?
house and
You'd be dead in 6 seconds. The heat of the battle is the fire that forges the strongest blades. It's an old Nord proverb. That, and a true Nord never misses a chance to test her worth. And why not? I could beat anyone in this city, barehanded. 100 gold says I knock your hide to the ground. Just fists. No weapons, no magic, no crying. Let's go. Come on, let's see what you're made of. God, no! You're no liar. Best fight I've had in years. There you are. You're someone who can get things done. I like that.
What? Why are you... Only if I can help it. But damn if I ain't on. Hey, in the Bannered Mare, there's this bottle of Argonian ale. The good stuff. Get it for me. They won't even know it's gone. Come on. Then we got nothing more to talk about. Sure, whatever.
Yes. Need something?
The security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
You know, hold up. There's this lovely Argonian ballad I've been studying.
You trying to scare off my customers, son?
Keep it lively.
Yes. You do raise a good point.
I ain't asking
What about
for much,
the sweet
just a
maiden
few
fair from Hadleyshire?
Well, that's not bad. But I was
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to. Now,
Yes.
please, no more questions.
That one then.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
If you need more food or drink, speak
Huh?
to Hulda.
Adrian, at her place is named after her. War Maidens. It's a childhood nickname. Anyway, our wares are strong and the price is fair. What else matters? We'll have to
Mind
have
your
a mighty
manners and pay your bills, and you'll always be welcome.
I should bash your face in after all you've done.
Nothing. And what of my son?
Careful if you cross the river
What
to
of
the east.
Thorold? Is he
Old
nothing?
Hajva Ironhand and his
So
brigands
don't
are
talk
holed
to
up in
me
their
about
cave at White
suffering.
River Watch.
Your
Huh?
son chose his side and he chose poorly, and now he's gone. Such is the way of life. The sooner... accept his loss, the better.
The finest cuts?
I will never accept his death. My son still lives. I feel it in my heart. So tell me, Battleborns, where is he? Where are you holding my furrows?
That's right. Mock the town.
Do you believe this old... But I've got to like the Browns, don't I?
All I can think about is my son, my Thorold. They say that he was killed, but I know better. I know my son is alive. Those Battleborn, they're in with the Imperials. They know it too, and yet they lie to my very face. I just know it. I can feel it in my heart. You have to believe me. Please visit me at my home. I can tell you the whole story.
Ulfred, patron of the great clan Battleborn. Money, you laggard. What else? It always comes down to coin. The Greymanes have deep roots in Whiterun, but so do we. Difference is, we're rich. And Vignar hates it. Oh, and they hate it too. All their big talk of pride and honor. What have they got to show for it? Beggars' rags and stale bread. We've got the same pride, same honor, and we've got wealth. No wonder they envy us. Battleborn is a name out of legend, sung in the songs of old and heard in deeds of valor for 100 generations. For Clan Battleborn they cry in the mead halls, first into the fray and last to quit their ale. We've got honor, wealth, and titles too, aye, and buxom women to warm your bed on a cold Skyrim night. Now, if that don't answer your question, that uncivilized pelt-wearing axe-draggers. It's a wonder they don't still live in a cave like those ancestors they keep boasting about. It's true, the Vignar Greymane and his lot are one of Whiterun's oldest and, depending on who you ask, most respected clans. I don't dispute that. But it's one thing to take pride in your lineage, and another to cling blindly to the past. What they call honor and tradition, I call ignorance. Just one more thing the Greymanes want to blame on others. It's not my fault they turned their backs on the Empire, or their mule of a son raid, and yet they want to heap the fault on my family.
I spend a lot of time at the market stall, so I...
Damn those Greymanes to oblivion. More bad blood between the houses. Fralya is convinced our family is somehow at fault for the loss of their son. There's no reasoning with these people anymore. Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. You look rather pale. Ah, splendid, splendid. It's for a Oh, but I suppose you expect some compensation. Here. These potions should suffice. Of a sort. I don't have... Within these walls, I have all that I need. If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed. Why? Because I'm a proud citizen of the Empire? The Stormcloaks can rot in oblivion for all I care. I've lived in this city for 20 years. 20! Ah, so you're an alchemist then? Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
cloaks, imperial
Ripe fruit and
dragons.
fresh... Really? You convinced that loot player to stop chasing me? I'd thank the gods, but I'll settle for thanking you. Here's some coin for your help.
Remember, fresh fruit and vegetables every day.
Pieces out here if you're looking to buy. The finest weapons and armor. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Your main job will be to keep an eye out and get the people to safety if the town is attacked. I don't expect the three of you to fight off a dragon by yourselves, but I do expect you to do your duty.
Of course. We'll keep Riverwood safe. You can count on it. Let's move out. Time's a-wasting.
Yes? Balgrup and I share a battle bond. We met as youths and forged our friendship in the fires of war. When he became Jarl, I insisted on serving as his protector. He had no cause to argue. Gods, you are curious. Almost dangerously so. I am charged with protecting... Powerful men have many enemies. Oh yes. There have been attempts on the Jarl. Take your pick. Dragons, Stormcloak assassins, ambitious and unscrupulous nobles. Sometimes I think his own and those are just the physical threats. Assaults on his sanity are another matter entirely. Every day he deals with obsequious functionaries and... well, not yet anyway.
I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. You're Rayman's got that on me. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair share.